Hey guys, welcome back to Maverick Watch Reviews. Today we have the Timex Expedition Trail 100 meter quartz chronograph, and this is model number T45181. And as usual, we're going to open this thing up, look at all the features and functions, check out the build quality, and then I'll let you know what I think of this Expedition from Timex. Also, make sure you check out my Amazon shopping channel for all of my favorite watches that I've reviewed on this channel, and be sure to visit my Teespring merch store and pick yourself up a t-shirt or a mug, especially since it's Christmas time. I'll make sure to put both of those links in the description field for you. So I haven't really reviewed a Timex in gosh, over 2 years, so I figure it's time to go ahead and review another one. And this is one of the most popular ones out there. It's a really nice little watch, man, especially for the money. I mean, this thing is only like $35, and it's a great little watch. I can't say the packaging is great though. Timex is not really known for the packaging, so this box is kind of beaten up here. So let's go ahead and open this thing up. And of course you get all your paperwork in the display stand right there. So they're not really much on packaging, but the watch is kind of cool, like I said, especially for the money. So I'll go ahead and put up all the specs on the left-hand side of the screen, and then we'll talk more about this really kind of budget field watch, man. I really kind of like it. You're looking at a 39mm case. It's 12mm thick. It's 45mm lug to lug. It's on a 20mm nylon strap. It has an acrylic crystal. I have no idea what the movement is. I couldn't find any information about it. Battery life though is about 2 to 3 years. Of course, it's not windable, it's not an automatic watch. It is hackable, being a quartz watch. It has a stopwatch, countdown timer, and alarm. It's water resistant to 100 meters, which is 330 feet. You've got the date down there at 6 o'clock on the LCD, as well as the day and some other information over there at 6 o'clock. You've got a non-screw down crown over here at 3 o'clock. The case back is a screw-on case back, and I'll show you that a little bit later. It's got that famous Timex Indigo lume, and it has a 60-click bi-directional bezel. So this is a good-looking watch, man. I like that dial color, kind of like that real dark sand color. Extremely legible watch. I mean, you just can't get much more legible than this. I have noticed that at certain angles, the LCD is not as legible as I would like it to be, but not a big deal. But the analog hands are extremely legible. So I like the way it's laid out. I like that curved LCD. It's kind of a neat little trick. It might not be as legible as some other LCDs, just for the fact that it's curved and for the fact that it doesn't have a really wide, super wide viewing angle. Not bad, but it could be a little bit better. Nice orange tip second hand there. Nice Timex logo screen printed on the dial. All of these markers are screen printed on the dial. They're not raised or applied or anything like that. Minimal writing on the dial. Like I said, you just have the Timex up there. You have Expedition. You have water resistant 100 meters. Really not too much on the dial so far as information goes. And I kind of like it. It's not a sterile dial by any means, but I like, you know, just the information you need. The bezel, guys, the bezel is, it's a little bit loose. It's bi-directional. So if you barely bump this thing, it's probably going to move. It's not real tight, but it's not super loose either. It's okay. Let's just keep it at that. It's okay. The pushers are plastic and kind of cheap, and they're kind of hard to push in. Not a big deal, but again, you got to remember this thing is $35, guys, $35. And I do think that you're getting quite a bit of watch for that money. Non-screw down crown over here at 3 o'clock. You've got some built-in crown guards in the case. You know, just a typical crown, nothing spectacular to really tell you about the crown. There's the other pusher there. The case is kind of that olive drab green color. It feels kind of solid for what it is. I mean, it feels, you know, pretty well built to be a $35 watch. So, you know, I can't really hate on them too much. Not too bad. Let's go ahead. The strap is kind of the weak point in my personal opinion. It's really stiff, fellas. It's pretty stiff. This keeper is really cheap, thin, kind of rubbery plastic. I would have maybe liked possibly a metal keeper. Not crazy about the keeper. The strap is really thick, really stiff. It's going to take a little bit of wearing in, or you might want to put this on a NATO strap, and that would give you the added security of being on a NATO strap. Again, the case is a screw-on case. You've got 4 screw points there. It's not a screw-down case. You got a whole bunch of laser etching here, the Expedition logo, and some other information about the watch. Nothing really, you know, particularly fascinating about the case back. Nice looking though. You do have nice knurling on the crown, even though it's not a even though it's not a screw in or screw out crown. It's got some nice knurling on it, so you have some really nice grip there. A couple things about this watch. One, you go through the different functions. Like there's regular timekeeping mode. There's your alarm. There's your 24-hour timer. There is your lap timer, I believe. and some other functions. And I really don't want to get into too much detail because y'all kind of know what these watches have. They have alarms, they have chronographs, they have timers. And one neat function that I did find out about the Indiglo light, in fact, I'll go ahead and show you that now. Let me go ahead and kill the studio light and the monitor. And in this normal phase, you press it and you hold it for a couple seconds, and that'll show you what time it is. It does not illuminate the LCD segment, which is disappointing to me. But if you press and hold, it'll beep. So now when you press the light, the Indiglo button, it'll now stay lit for like 3 seconds instead of having to hold it down to keep it illuminated. And it will now light up whenever you press any other pusher. So I press that pusher, which is what, the 8 o'clock, press the 4 o'clock, it lights up. So no matter what pusher you press, that Indiglo is going to light up in that mode, which I think is kind of cool. So then you press it in, hold it, it beeps again, it goes back to regular mode. There you go. So now whenever you press these other ones, they just show you the different functions. They don't light up or anything. So I don't know if that's maybe like a little, hidden Easter egg for these watches. I didn't even know about that. But see, there you go. Just press it and it just stays lit as long as you press it. And eventually it'll time out and go into that different mode if I keep holding it, like I said. There you go. So now it's in like full lume 3-second mode. So there you go. So interesting little Easter egg for this watch. All right, let me turn everything back on. Let me go and try this thing on. It's a little bit small for me. The watch overall is a little bit small for me. I mean, it's not a big watch, guys. All right, there you go. There it is. It's a pretty decent wrist presence. We've got a little signed buckle there. It's really light, I can say that. And of course, I went ahead and showed you the lume and that neat little function, that neat little kind of hidden Easter egg there. So pretty good looking watch on the wrist, I have to say. I have to admit. Again, that nylon strap is really, really stiff. So you might want to slap this on a different NATO strap. Not too bad, but just a little bit too stiff. All right, let's go ahead and take this thing off and finish up the review. And guys, there's really not much else to tell you about this watch. Again, besides from it being a little bit too small for me personally, the strap not being really up to snuff, the bezel being a little bit loose. But for 35 bucks, man, I do think you're getting a pretty decent 100-meter water-resistant kind of field watch. So I think Timex probably sells, millions of these watches. And good for them, man. It's not a bad watch. Just not my personal favorite. And, like I said, some of those features and functions, fall a little bit flat. But that's just me personally. So if you want to go ahead and get one of these, I'll go ahead and put the link in the description field for you. Again, they're $35 over on Amazon. Go pick yourself up one if you really like it. And a lot of people like these watches. And also make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you click that notification bell. And guys, that's really about it for this one. Again, this has been the Timex Expedition Trail 100-meter quartz chronograph, model number T45181. And until the next review, I will see y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.